Hey guys, welcome back to the AJ Analysis channel. Team news is out. Manchester United against Bournemouth. It's the same starting 11 as last week, right? How exciting, how fun. How are we feeling going into the game? I'm just quickly changing some of these Bournemouth players about because we got it wrong the other day. Although I believe FP got it right with his calls. How are we doing, guys? Let me know how we're feeling going into the game. I said it on the Discord earlier. I've got a weirdly good feeling today. I've got a really good feeling. And when that's happened this season, it's tended to go well. So let's see. I had a good feeling before that Chelsea win, whenever that was, before the Liverpool Cup game. Hopefully it happens again here. Anyway, how are we doing in the chat, Manuel? Good to see you, my friend. Ross, FP, David, hope you guys are all well. We're going to win tonight. Yes, please. Why isn't Anthony playing? He is not with the squad at all. So I assume injured or something. Also, should probably check. I assume you guys can hear me and that the mic is working, because I got a bit carried away on the Discord and forgot to start the stream. So, yeah, hopefully the mic is working. All good. How do you feel about the lineup? How do you feel about the Bournemouth lineup as well? And how are you feeling in general coming into the game? To be honest, I think the back four is literally exactly what we were expecting, right? There wasn't another choice there, really. Will Dallow and Wan-Bissaka swap? Maybe. Doubt it. So the back four is what we expected. Casemiro starting over Mason Mount is a little bit disappointing. I would like to have seen Mason Mount. We said yesterday on the stream that we should start him. I also said it in my preview as well. I thought he could be a key player for this game. Obviously, he's not playing. Bruno Fernandes is obvious. Rasmus Højlund is obvious. Garnacho feels obvious at this point. Rashford's an interesting one. A really interesting one, because seemingly had a knock all week, was a major doubt for this game. Ten Hag said it himself yesterday that he was a doubt, and now suddenly he starts. These voice cracks need to stop. Suddenly he starts though. So he's gone from, is he even going to be fit enough for the squad, to being straight into the starting 11, which hopefully isn't a case of us rushing him back too quickly. Hopefully he is actually fit and ready to play. If he is, I dare say he's going to have a decent performance, I would hope. I think he can trouble Adam Smith. But I would have liked to have seen, if Rashford isn't 100%, if Rashford's 90%, for example, I would have liked to have seen a Mason Mount play wide, or could Ahmad come into the side on the right wing and move Garnacho to the left, something like that. So in that aspect, I'm a little bit disappointed with the lineup. But one thing I will say, to do a complete 180 on what I just said, how many times this season have we fielded the same lineup 2 games in a row? I wonder if part of it for Ten Hag is we haven't been able to do it really at all this season. So the one opportunity we do get to play the same team twice, he's just going to go for it. There's not been that many games. I feel like a decent amount we've had a centre-back randomly drop out injured, or a midfielder or something. So I wonder if he's just trying to keep the same 11 like FP said, trying to keep chemistry. That might be some of it. The only, I guess, the downside of that is the players we're building chemistry with. Again, frustratingly, it's like Wan-Bissaka at left back. It's just not ideal. Sorry, Wan-Bissaka, mate. I love you, but it's not ideal. And I have a slight concern about him in this game on the ball, because Bournemouth are going to press us. Bournemouth are going to be intense. Ten Hag said it yesterday. They're going to be up for the fight. That's exactly what you expect from them. And I would be amazed if they don't bring that sort of energy to the game. Particularly at home, Bournemouth. They're going to come after us. And it's going to be interesting, particularly in the early stages, how Maguire does. Left-hand side, Ten Hag doesn't particularly like him when he's pressed. So that'll be interesting. Wan-Bissaka and his one-footedness, it'll be interesting to see how he does. Kambwala, just being a young player in a big game, it'll be interesting to see how he does. So there's going to be some tests early on. One thing I really want to see is get Kobbie Mainoo in a position where he can get on the ball. I don't want to see another game of 20 touches for Mainoo, or 30 or 35 or even 40. Get him on the ball, because he's just better than our other players, right? Particularly against a high press, particularly in a game where you want someone to grab hold of the ball and slow it down a little bit. Kobbie's your perfect player for that. Get him on the ball on a more regular basis. Will that happen? I'm not too sure. However, I think ultimately the most important thing today, hang on, I've got wires absolutely everywhere at the moment. Let's move some of this. The most important thing for today is the 3 points, because the league table has changed since we last looked yesterday. Spurs have played this afternoon and lost 4-0 to Newcastle. Yes, Newcastle have gone ahead of us, but they've got a game in hand. Or sorry, we've got a game in hand. They've played one extra, so it's not too much of a concern. They are catchable now. If we win this game, we're 8 points off Spurs and Villa with 6 games to go. Spurs, I believe, still play the top 3. Spurs are going to drop points before the end of the season. Basically, we've got to somehow go and win basically, 6 of 7 games. That's the challenge for us now. Starting with tonight. It's a huge game. It's a must-win game. It is a must-win game. We have to win this game. I want good football. I want to see, progress. A better style. A more sustainable approach. Whatever. Again, though, I feel like I said it a lot. We just have to win. There has to be a way of winning. There has to be. Don't you dare give us hope. I'm always going to try and give hope when it comes to United. That's always how I'm going to try and do it. We've got a chance to finish in the top 5. We've got to go for it. We have to go for it. How we do it in this game, like I said, it is going to be difficult. I wonder if what we might try and kind of make use of at some point in the game is the long ball over the top. The long ball over the top, I feel, might be useful. Hang on, I forgot to... David gifted a membership earlier, and I completely skipped over it. David, I'm so sorry for that. I am so sorry. Thank you very much for gifting the membership. I should have known that you'd done it, because you always do it at the start of stream. I got carried away with checking something. Sorry I didn't say it earlier. Thank you very much for the gifted membership. Guys, make sure to spam some love hearts, turn the chat green. That's my bad. I do apologise. We do need to win almost every game, maybe draw against Arsenal. Yeah, what's that going to put us on? 6 games, 18 points plus a 19... It's going to be tough, isn't it? It's going to be really, really tough. Josh, good to see you, my friend. How you doing? Hoping for a good result today. Bit worried about Casemiro. I think, as per usual, I think what is going to be interesting to see is, does Kambwala change our approach at all? Does Kambwala have an extra bit of recovery pace? I know we played him last week against Liverpool, but that was obviously a different game. It's Liverpool. We know they're miles better than us. Bournemouth shouldn't be miles better than us. They shouldn't be. Chad, shut up. Bournemouth shouldn't be miles better than us. So this should be a game where we have a bit more of the ball and therefore at times attack a little bit more, which obviously in turn is going to open up the defensive side of our game. And ask more questions there. Does Kambwala playing change it a little bit? Possibly so. Yeah, David, I do apologise. I don't know why my brain missed that. I think it's the first time I've ever done that. I do apologise. But if we are going to push players forward, let's say, Højlund, Bruno Fernandes, Garnacho up in the attack, Kobe sometimes joins, something like this, for example. When we lose the ball, do you think having Kambwala is going to change our approach? Because obviously the story of the season has been the defence dropping too quickly, opening up the big gap in midfield, which hurts Casemiro. Kambwala, weirdly, because he's a centre-back and a young one at that, he could be a player which helps Casemiro, simply because his presence in the side might be what pushes our team further up the pitch, further forward, out of possession. Because he is quick, like Madu has said there, he's got the recovery pace. So does it maybe give us an opportunity to squeeze the back line, and then Casemiro can do better as well, because he's got less ground to cover, so he's less fatigued? Or am I being a bit too optimistic? Am I being too optimistic? Let me know. Maybe I'm being a bit too hopeful. The sun's out. Maybe it's got to my head a little bit. Thoughts on Wheatley and Amas getting the bench and maybe an appearance? It's brilliant for him. It's brilliant for our academy. And I think the under-18 team in general this season has had really good exposure to our first team. Not necessarily minutes on the pitch, but training with them. Share Lacey as well, for example. There's others. I think it's a really positive thing for them. Particularly in a away game as well. I think it's something a little bit different. So, yeah, I think it's a great experience for them. Will either of them get on the pitch? I doubt it, unless perhaps we were to get an injury in a defence, which we just don't want. Any other defenders on the bench? No. So, should we get an injury at the back, there is, to be fair, every chance that Amas could actually get some minutes in this game. Could he come on at left back, maybe, if someone was to go off? Not too sure. Of course, we're not going to wish for that. But yeah, it's brilliant for him. It's brilliant for the club. It shows that, despite the chaos of the past 10 years, we've done at least something right. And that is, the academy has improved a lot. A lot. I think John Murto was a big part of that as well, weren't he? So, yeah, fair play to him in that sense. That is something we've done reasonably well. These players continue to be integrated into the first team. Look at our squad today. Look at our starting 11. You got Kambwala from Carrington, Kobe Mainu, Garnacho, Marcus Rashford. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Then all the options on the bench as well. It is a great thing for this club. It's what this club is built upon and should continue to be built upon. So yeah, it's good. Hopefully they get their chance. I'm not sure it'll come in this game unless something went wrong, basically. But yeah, it's a good experience for them. In terms of back to the 11 on the pitch, do you guys genuinely think, you know, when it comes down to it, does Kambwala change the height of our defence or not? Theoretically speaking, he has the potential to, because he can defend on the front foot. He's strong, he's quite powerful, and he's really quick, so he can also go backwards and cover space behind him. So theoretically, on paper, he could allow us to squeeze our line a little bit higher. Will Ten Hag do that is another question, and I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts on whether or not you think that will happen. What's Doku just done? Doku done something cool? Oh, Haaland scored. Sad times. Yeah, do you think Kambwala changes things or not? By the way, guys, yeah, these likes are way too low. Let's run some likes up on the stream. I mean, you don't have to, but you do. Leave a like. Greatly appreciated. Helps spread the stream to the rest of YouTube. Get more people involved. So, yeah. Leave a like, please. Share the stream. Everything. Do that. Yes, he will have been coached by Ten Hag to play his aggressive style. No old ways to fall back to under pressure for Kambwala. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. He hasn't been in the system all season long, so he kind of doesn't have it ingrained in his mind that you drop back defensively. So that is actually a good point. As long as the rest of the team obviously connects with that. I think, and I said it yesterday, I think we've got the option and the potential to press in this game. And the opportunity. I don't know that we've had it that many times this season because I've always felt someone is going to let us down a little bit. Casemiro isn't ideal for the system, but I think if we don't go man for man but still apply pressure to the ball, we said it yesterday. Cook will often drop in as a solo pivot. Sometimes it'll be a double, but, you know, if we let Bournemouth go one way and then try and essentially use that next pass from Bournemouth as the trigger to then press. Can Rashford go here, Højlund over, Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro covering space, Wan-Bissaka like that? I think that's what we should try and do in this game. Let Bournemouth have the initial pass, a bit like what Liverpool done to us last week, right? They let Onana have the ball, they let the next player have the ball, but then it doesn't go further. I feel that that's what we need to try and do in this game, out wide. Now, again, when we were talking about that idea, we were assuming someone like Rashford wasn't going to be playing, so we could use Garnacho and Antony for it, two players who obviously excel in that area. Does Rashford coming into the side, you know, make it a bit more concerning? Possibly. The same in the case of Casemiro? Maybe. But I don't think Ten Hag's going to completely sit off. I don't think we're going to be in a mid-block in this game. I think we'll be pretty high up the pitch. If we're doing that, in my opinion, and I think most of you guys would agree, the defence just has to join them. They just have to. I was watching the City game and my God, they were so compact in the middle of the final third against a team like Bournemouth. This is how we should play. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw my video this morning on minimum width in and out of possession. It's handy. It's handy, and City are starting to do it quite well. Are Bournemouth good? Yeah, Bournemouth are good. Bournemouth are good. We can look at their recent form. Granted that they lost to Luton last weekend, but in general, pretty good results before that. Obviously, they haven't been facing the toughest of opposition, but yeah, they're in pretty good form. They're a side which want to get on the ball. They want to try and, you know, make things happen. Playing out from the back. They want to get on the ball, take risks, be technical. Out of possession, they want to press you high. They want to put you under pressure in these areas of the pitch, ask questions of you, really turn it into a bit of a fight. Now, the good thing is, they don't actually have, in terms of height, the tallest midfield you're ever going to see. Sometimes we see midfields really overpower us. What did I just say? Overpower us? I think that's actually how you say it. There's a lot of energy in there which might hurt us. And again, it's why I would have played Mount. But physically, in terms of strength, we should at least be a match to them, if not stronger. Which doesn't happen much. Doesn't happen much. Is this a game where we can see 20 shots again? Probably. Now, you know what? I'm actually quite confident today. So I'm going to say no. I'm I'm going to say no. I've got a feeling, I don't know why, I've got a feeling we see a better performance. Again, it might just be the sun being out is doing weird things to my head. But I think we're going to see a better performance. I believe someone asked about which players we should be scared of from Bournemouth. To be honest, several of them. I think Cook, for example, I really like him as a player. Nothing special, but I just like the style of footballer he is. Quite a simple passer of the ball, so I think he's good. Particularly, the wingers are really good. Really, really good. They are hot and cold wingers, is how I would describe them. So they might try 7 take-ons in this game, and there's a chance they don't complete a single one of them. There's also the chance that they are on red-hot form, they get on the ball, they dribble at us, and they beat our fullbacks over and over and over again. You probably wouldn't expect it against Wan-Bissaka, but perhaps Dallo on this side of the pitch. That's what I'm expecting from Bournemouth. It's going to be really hot from their wingers or really cold. Not much in between is how they normally tend to perform. Kluivert in the middle between them, also probably a similar sort of player. A player who on his day is really good technically, gets on the ball really well, carries the ball well, uses his body, protects the ball, manipulates space. But then on other days, just misses and is just not very good at all. And then, of course, the big danger man is up front. Solanke. A player which I wouldn't mind seeing at Manchester United because he's very good at football, basically. I said it the other day, I think he's probably, in my opinion, the best outlet striker in the Premier League. Now, what do I mean by an outlet striker? A striker where if you're under pressure at the back, you can go long to him and he can take it into his chest. He can take it into his feet. He can spin into channels. He can do everything. So if you press Bournemouth well and they just need to chuck it long, Solanke is going to contest a lot of them and be strong in that. You think Ivan Toney is? Yeah, he's probably the other one. I say Solanke for me because he can go that way into the channel a bit more. But yeah, Ivan Toney, another incredible player at this. So yeah, Solanke is the big threat, the big danger because he's a phenomenal footballer. Ridiculous amount of goals in the Premier League this season. And he's one of few strikers, maybe the only striker in the Premier League, who physically, shoulder to shoulder against Harry Maguire scares me. Maguire's a big guy, right? He's got a pretty big noggin. Big frame, uses the body well. He outmuscles most opponents. Solanke is the one who always worries me. Solanke is the one who feels that he can get a bit of spare change out of him. He can go into those battles and actually come out on top. So, a little bit concerned. Maguire will lock him up, no problem. In brackets, I'm delusional. I respect that. AJ, wear a hoodie. Chad, go score some goals, mate. Do your Casemiro midfield role. If Sinistera plays left wing, Wan-Bissaka will be right back. That's true, actually. We don't know necessarily what way around the two wingers will be. That's a fair point. I would imagine... I don't want to be disrespectful to the Bournemouth players. I would imagine Ten Hag probably just sticks with our normal fullback dynamic, I would guess. Do you remember our 11 in the reverse fixture? I do. Onana in goal. Reguilon, left back. Shaw, left centre back. Very different than Maguire and Dallo, I believe. McTominay and Amrabat were a double pivot. That seems a long time ago. Garnacho played left wing, Anthony played right wing, and this guy, by the way, up front, don't know if he exists anymore, Anthony Martial. So it's a very, very different team to last time. And I was pointing out in my preview yesterday, a lot of the problem last time was just individual errors. We were so bad individually. Ten Hag has alluded to the fact that, well, not even alluded, he just straight out said it, to be honest. Last time, mentally and physically, we weren't ready for the battle. Bournemouth came with an intensity which we kind of didn't react to. And if you go back and watch the chances and the highlights from that game, it is reflected. It is reflected. We lose a lot of individual battles in that game. We misplace a lot of simple passes. And Bournemouth punish you when you do that. They thrive upon that. They want you to do that. So Bournemouth are going to try and do more of the same again today. And again, it's why I think they will start quickly. I think their plan will be, this is a shaky United side. This isn't a confident team which steamrolls everyone. This is a really shaky United side in a really weird moment, I guess. I think they're going to put us under pressure. And that first 15, 20 minutes is going to be huge for us. Can we come through that unscathed? If the answer is yes, then maybe from there we can build a little bit more. I'm not necessarily expecting us to come flying out of the traps. We might do. If we do, lovely. Happy days. I'm not necessarily expecting it though. Again, interesting to see what way it's going to go. Højlund could improve his hold-up game. We must get Xerxes, a different type of striker. Yeah, Højlund is going to be an interesting one again in this game. And the reason I say that is because of the Bournemouth press. Because Bournemouth, I said it yesterday, have 2 pressing structures. One of them is going to be essentially man-to-man all over the pitch. They do that in certain games against some of the big teams as well. Not always, but they are happy on occasion to go man-to-man in these areas of the pitch. What they're going to do back here is go a centre-back tight, a centre-back covering. Obviously, when you do this, for United, it's about, can we win the 1v1s? Rashford against Smith, can you come out on top in that battle? If you can, brilliant, we're into a good place. Particularly, though, long to Højlund. Not an area where he's done too great in the past couple of games, truthfully. I think he's struggled a little bit. I don't think he's been great in recent games. Obviously, he had that injury, he had that knock, probably set him back a little bit. But he just doesn't look quite as sharp at the moment. He looks like he's kind of got some bad habits back a little bit. Hopefully, he gets that out of his system today and is using his body better and things like that. We're going to have to wait and see. The other option, though, obviously, to get past this press is rather than going up to it as such, can we go past it? I go back to the Manchester City game. Who remembers Bruno Fernandes kind of sneaking into this channel of space here? That's something to look out for. If Bournemouth go man for man, we know, because United do it quite a lot, that a man for man structure can be pulled apart with different movements. So you can open up room for someone like Bruno Fernandes to get into these channels of space, and it can really hurt teams. The same with Garnacho as well. We've seen it quite a lot this season, that when Onana gets the ball, we tend to see Garnacho making this kind of out to in run. That could be present in this game. But the other one, and this is the one which excites me a little bit more for this game, keep an eye on Dalot when Onana's got the ball. Sounds like an odd thing to say, but just keep an eye on it, because we see glimpses of it just once or twice in random games. You know, over the course of the season so far, we've seen it a couple of times. If Bournemouth go man for man, Kirkes, for example, is going to be on Garnacho because that's how a man-to-man system works. Suddenly, though, when you get these deeper players running through, does Ouattara really want to track him all the way? I'm not too sure he does. So that is something I would look out for. Dalot making that sort of late run from deep to in behind could be on in this game. Apart from that, you know, aside from the long ball, it is going to be tough playing from the back. I think Onana is key. I say that every time we play a pressing side, because he's so good with the ball at his feet. Can we use it? Can we use it? I don't know, is the answer to that. Do you guys think we can? Do you think this can be a game where we see more of Onana? Let me know what you think. More of that ball-playing side of his game. What I like the idea of, for me personally, is particularly this. Rashford against Smith. We don't know how fit Rashford is. Hopefully he is. Hopefully he's fit and sharp. If he's not, why is he playing? So hopefully he is ready. If he is, can we get him against Smith? Smith is... He's a good player, right? Don't get me wrong. He's been in the Premier League quite a lot of his career, actually, now. But, I mean... 1 versus 1 against someone who's explosive like Rashford, does he want to do that? I don't think he does. I don't think he does, so I think we can do that. I think we can exploit that. Onana to Dalot, if I remember correctly, it was the Liverpool game. Yeah, I think you might be right, and I think it happened in another game as well, though. I don't know why we invert Dalot while playing out from the back, as it pushes Kobe ahead. I don't know why we can't start with a 2-4 shape or a 4-2 while playing out and in possession move to a 2-3. Like the minimum width video. Yeah, so what I was saying in that video is it's all about getting a blend of sometimes being quite wide and expansive and making the pitch big, and then on other occasions bringing the pitch back inside a little bit, shrinking. And it depends on your approach as a manager, what you think is the best idea. Is it width? Is it to be narrow? I'm not too sure. I do think in the first phase in particular, though, width is very, very useful. I feel that if you end up with a narrow structure, let's say like this, for example, when you're playing from the back, it's just a bit too easy for the opposition to match you. You know, when someone like Onana gets the ball, all his options are infield, and that's where it's crowded, that's where it's difficult to take a good first touch because someone's right on your back. Use a little bit of width, so I do agree. I would go like this in the first phase. I mean, there's even an argument for using Onana even more than this, to be fair. But I would probably look at this sort of shape in the first phase. And then, like you've said, if we can play through that, move a little bit further forward, and then slowly change to more of a back three. Maybe at this point, if Ten Hag wants to, which I think he will, Dalot can then come in field, Cobby can go higher. Maybe that can work. Maybe that can work. We should really use Onana as an outfield player during build-up from the back. Yeah, I do like the idea of him between the centre-backs. I just don't know. I don't know that we're going to see it. I don't know. I just don't think we'll see it. We might. I know. I wish we would more, but I don't know that we will. AJ, do you think Onana is a better goalkeeper than Raya and Edison? Edison, I'm not too sure, but I think he's better than Raya. Yeah, I do. I think he's better on the ball. I think he's a better shot stopper. I think he's the better goalkeeper. Raya's a good player, don't get me wrong. But yeah. Edward, good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? Tell you what we need, guys. We need some scoreline predictions, because I've got quite a bold one in my head, and I've got some goal scorers lined up as well. So get your score predictions in the chat while I have this quick drink. Stay hydrated. Yeah, score prediction, but also who you think is going to get the goals for us. That's what I'm interested to hear. Did I make an awful noise as I drank that? If so, I apologise. Tottenham have crazy fixtures. We can get them. Yeah, I'll go back to the table in a second. We definitely can. Another for Cobby, maybe? Oof. Matt, don't tease me, mate. Don't tease me. Firestrike saying 4-2. Michael saying 2-1. Rafael Leao saying 3-1. I hope these are all to United, right? We should confirm that. Nev saying 3-0. Revenge from our last meeting. Yes, please. By the way, guys, don't forget, if you are a member, you will have emojis of some of these players. So, like, you will have a Cobby emoji or a Rasmus emoji, like Alex has shown there. Good to see you, Alex. I hope you're well, my friend. How are you feeling coming into the game? Callum saying 2-0 with goals from Cobby and Hoyland. Yes, please. 4-2, Garnacho, Bruno, Garnacho, Cobby. I like it. 3-0, Fred hat-trick. Make it happen. My thoughts? Well, funny you ask. I mean, literally no one did, but still. I'm going to say 3-1. And Josh has got 2 of my goal scorers there. Rashford and Maguire. Maguire scores. Maguire scores in this game. I don't know why. I've just got a feeling. Set piece, corner, free kick, whatever. Maguire is finding the back of the net. He just is. He just is. I don't make the rules. He just is. Rashford, I think, gets one. And I'm going to say Bruno for the other one. I'm going to go Rashford, Bruno, Maguire. AJ, mate, if United do crap, you've got pro clubs to watch? Exactly. That's my turn. That's my fallback option, that is. I'll do a video on it as well. We should do that, by the way. We should film it, get someone to edit it. It'd be quality. What's your thoughts on Kovar? Because we've got a buyback clause on him. Haven't seen him this season. He looked good in pre-season last summer, but I haven't seen him since, so can't really make too much of a comment. Yeah, from what I've seen, looks like a good player. Good ball-playing goalkeeper. Good sweeping keeper as well. Decent shot stopper. I like him. I think 1-0 down to win 3-1. Can you imagine, by the way, the head loss in this fan base online if we go 1-0 down? Oh, it's going to be interesting. You know the chat hides the like button on this new YouTube layout. Is that true? Is that true? I can't really see it on my end. If it is true, YouTube, that's not very nice of you. If it is true also, though, guys, take a second to close the chat and quickly press a like on the stream. It would be great. We're on 50 at the moment. But there's 140 people here, which means 90 people haven't liked it. And apparently, I mean, the rumor is that I can see who hasn't liked the stream. I can see your names. So, hi. Thanks for watching. Can you like it, though, please? It would be great. It would be great. Quick look at the league table, as someone was talking about it in chat now. I can't remember who it was. This is the current situation. I don't have access to the fixtures right now. I can't get it up on the stream for you. But does anyone know Spurs' last games? They got 6 to go. Does anyone know what those games are? I believe they've got the big 3 still, right? The top 3. I'm going to quickly find it on my phone and read it out. So, Spurs still have... Oh my days, it's ridiculous. I remember reading it earlier now. So Spurs have Arsenal. Be a fun game to watch, to be fair. They have Chelsea after that. They have Liverpool after that. They've then got Burnley, then City, then Sheffield. There's genuinely a chance they come out with that with 2 wins and nothing else, which would put them on 66. Can we get to 66 points? Not sure. Not sure. It's going to be tough. We basically, I said this earlier, we basically just got to go win every game. Win every game and hope for the best. Arsenal win there is obviously going to be tough for us, the same with Newcastle. But we've got to go out and play these games and go for the win. Realistically, Spurs get 7 points. Yeah, I think Spurs will get 7 to 9. So I think Spurs are going to be on 67, 69, 70 at a push. It's a huge ask, but not impossible. It's doable. It is doable. It's got to start today. If we lose today, it's literally done. Literally finito. Season over. Maybe even Newcastle go off to finish ahead of us. The season will be done. But if we win, we're back in there. We are back in the debate and we've got a chance. Because when we've got players with this quality, players who can do something out of nothing, we've got those game breakers which we've spoken about before. We can win games. We can beat anyone. We've seen it this season. So, yeah. I don't fear you, AJ. You should, Zappa. You should. Oh, we got up to 68 likes, though. That's greatly appreciated. 2 more for 70. Who's going to be the 70th? Is it going to be you? It might be. It might be. Oh, I think he's trying to shut off. That wouldn't be ideal. Let's win this game convincingly. I put it in Discord earlier. Just hear me out here. This is going to be a rare, comfortable, emphatic performance. You heard it from me, and if it doesn't happen, you didn't hear it from me, it was someone else. But if it does happen, give me a lot of credit for it. In terms of actually, by the way, I should also say my coverage on the game, it will be out, my video analysing it, will be out first thing tomorrow morning. Because I've got to leave quite early tomorrow, so I am doing all the work tonight, and then uploading, I know, like 7:30, 8 a.m. sort of thing tomorrow morning in the UK, whatever time it is for you guys. So yeah, a nice early one tomorrow. Hopefully we're talking about a win. We have to be, right? So according to you, this lineup should win, right? But then why doesn't it happen? What if it does? Spicy. It will. I think we win. I think we win. Pretty early on the like train. David, you're always early on the like train, mate. Always. With this kit, we always win. Let's not break the trend. I do like the kit. I do like the kit. Is it this one we're playing in? Or is it the green one? I think my big concern is the United versus Newcastle game. Yeah, Newcastle are just a tricky one for us, it seems. Spurs have been a lot worse than it seems. Newcastle exposed that today. Yeah, Spurs are not as good as everyone makes out. I like a lot of what they try to do. I think their football idea is really good. They aren't there. They're not the finished article. They're not that well polished. They've got a lot of points this season, which realistically they shouldn't have done. They've had a lot of games where I think they've been outplayed, you know, and then scored in the 90th minute to win it. So, are they going to have that late nosedive fall off? Yes, please. In terms of Villa as well, by the way, they've got Arsenal tomorrow. So, even if we obviously can't catch them yet, but we could put we could put a bit of pressure on them. Easy for me to say. It's what we've got to do. It's what we've got to do. Maguire, Casemiro, Rashford. Will they run through our left-hand side? That's a really good observation and a really good question. Possibly. Possibly. Again, Solanke, Maguire concerns me. Do you guys just win 6-1? My club. That better be in the 4-4-2. Yeah, Solanke versus Maguire worries me. Sinistera against Wan-Bissaka. I'm back on Wan-Bissaka despite his errors last week. I would back him 1v1. I think a lot of this game will be how much Smith wants to get forward. I feel like we say this in almost every game though. Is Smith going to bomb forward and leave room for Rashford to counter? Or is he going to sit back and not do that, but then Rashford doesn't have to track? Or if he does come forward, does Rashford have to track him? Interesting one, interesting one. Spurs still to play Arsenal, Chelsea, City, Liverpool. You can do it? Yeah, we can do it, 100%. It's going to be tough, but we can. We can. What am I missing in chat? Anything you think Casemiro could do better, or has he just fallen off? In terms of what he can do better, I would say just on the ball, just slow it down. To be honest, out of possession, I don't think we're going to see Casemiro change, because the system is going to always have quite big gaps because it's how we play at the moment. And Casemiro just isn't equipped at this moment in time to deal with it. And I think, again, I've said this a few times, what Casemiro tends to do is, if he doesn't think he can track back, he's going to press forward in the hope that he can hit you, basically, win the ball back, sometimes not, before you go past him, because if you go past him, he can't catch you. It's why you see him dive in quite a lot, I think. So I don't think that's going to change. On the ball, I would just say, just slow down, mate. You're an experienced player. Just slow down. It doesn't have to be so quick. Take the extra touch if you need it. But then when you do pass, pass with quality, which we know he can do. We saw it last season. He can do it. Even last season, it was too direct. It was too rushed. But he can be a good passer. My 3-4-3 cooked. AJ, you can be CEO if you'd like to take a break from coaching. I'm gonna die on this. I'm gonna die on the hill of a 4-4-2, mate. You will never overrule me. People who don't know what we're talking about, FIFA, by the way, so it's irrelevant. But yeah, sure. Teams don't fear attacking us. The fullbacks bomb up. Yeah, I think that's a fair point. In one breath, I want to say that's a good thing for us because it leaves us with room to hit on the transition. Rashford, Højlund, Garnacho, Bruno providing them. In the next breath, I think, oh my god, that's terrifying because Rashford's not going to track them. Smith's going to get into dangerous areas. The squad have voting power? Okay, I'm actually intimidated by that. I think he needs to stop going out to his man when he's not going to win the duel. Yes, he just does it all the time, doesn't he? Someone like Cook will have it here. And he finds himself here. And again, I think it's because he just doesn't want to run backwards towards his own goals. So he's always like, yeah, I'm going to go win it here, lad. And the amount of times he just gets skipped past is painful at this point. So yeah, it's a big problem. I don't think today is the day we see a massive change. Personally, I think Wan-Bissaka and Rashford doesn't work well together because both aren't that good going the opposite way. Anthony could have helped Wan-Bissaka better, just my opinion. Yeah, I think that's a fair point. I think Anthony could have also brought an interesting balance with his left foot. But again, I believe he's not even with the squad today, so he must have a knock or something. The problem we've got is, yeah, Wan-Bissaka isn't great going forward. Rashford isn't great going backwards, which gives us this imbalance. Also, on the ball, Wan-Bissaka wants to come inside, but so does Rashford a lot of the time. Start wide, then come in. Again, it leaves all this space which we're not really occupying. And again, obviously, I was talking about minimum width this morning. You've still got to eventually get someone overlapping, right? And I feel like that's what we lack at the moment. It's another reason I would have liked to have seen Mount play with Kobe a little bit deeper. So Mount could have made those support runs in these areas of the pitch, occasionally gone round, occasionally gone on the underlap. But it's not happened. It's not happened, which is a bit of a shame. You got my point exactly? Great minds think alike, my friend. But yeah, I don't know that there's too much more to say because obviously we streamed yesterday, we done a video yesterday, and all of that just to get the team news, which we kind of didn't want, but it's the same team as before. We've kind of made all the points on it. Is there anything else specifically on this game you guys want to talk about? I didn't know Anthony isn't available. Yeah, I think we all assumed he was going to be available, but yeah, he didn't travel with the squad, I don't believe, so not sure what's happened there. Can we pay Rashford more money so he runs on the pitch? Cheeky, I like it. I'm not too fussed about this game, to be honest. We already won the important games today. Yeah, you're spot on, mate, you're spot on. No, we need to win. Please, let's win. Yeah, is there anything else you guys want to talk about or ask about specifically regarding this game? If not, we are going to wrap up and get ready for kickoff. By the way, guys, we do also have a Discord. If you are new to the channel, we have a Discord server which you guys can get involved in. Mod or admin, please could you put a Discord link in because I always forget. Please, be greatly appreciated. But yeah, hopefully a Discord link will pop up in the chat in the next couple of minutes. Completely free to join, and you can join it, to be honest, and basically do what you want within reason. But yeah, join the Discord. We talk about United during games. We've got a matchday channel which you can join. We talk about scouting, random players, different football tactics, our academy players, And also gaming as well, things like pro clubs and stuff like that. So yeah, get involved in the Discord. Advertise our pro clubs. We need talents. Nuruddin, you haven't seen me, bro. When I play, you're not going to need any other talents. Trust me. I'm your star man. Build around me. Gaffer, please. Chairman. For that kind of money, I would run for opposition too, not just my team. I feel like we all feel like that, right? Where have you tagged to Discord, please? It should be in the description. If not, hopefully one of the mods is going to pop in a second. Hopefully. Guys, please someone save me with a Discord link, because I can't grab it right now. If not, yeah, it should be in the description of the stream. I believe I've updated it. So I believe it's the right one. Hopefully. Yes, thank you. Just let me know if it works, mate. Because sometimes the one I put in the description doesn't work because it's the old one. AJ just missed the greatest midfield masterclass of all time. Right, this club hasn't even got started yet. The whole thing nearly just crashed, by the way. What happened there? What did my stream just do? Did the Discord link work? The Spirit guy, did it work, mate? Okay, I'm hoping it did. Anyway, for today, I think we're going to finish there and basically just go enjoy the game. And that's my message. Enjoy the game. You know, it might get ropey at times. It may not go exactly how we want it to. But try your best to enjoy it. If we win, celebrate. Have fun. Responsibly. If we lose, you know, I'll give you guys like half an hour to cry. After that, we're back on it. Back in good spirits. Do something else to take your mind off it. Like I always say, watch a different football match. Spend some time with family or friends. Play a game. Something. Just do it. Just do something different after the game if you don't enjoy it. Matt, perfect. Thank you. Guys, Matt has just sent a Discord link in the chat. Check it. Pro clubs if we lose or win. The problem is I've got to make the video on today's game tonight so I can go out tomorrow morning is the problem. Matt, bro, are you good? Matt, I feel like a little bit uncomfortable, mate. David, thank you very much for the donation, guys. Before you leave, quickly make sure to say thank you to David and spam some love hearts in the chat because he started the stream on a positive note, even if I accidentally missed it, and he's ended the stream on a positive note as well. Speaking of a positive note, 83 likes total. We love that. I think apart from that, though, we are finished for today. I'm just quickly looking for a comment in chat, which I saw earlier, which creeped me out a little bit, but I can't find it now. Yeah, I think we're finished for today. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Manuel, 2 months of membership. Legend. Thank you very much. Yeah, go enjoy the game. Get in the Discord server. Get in the Discord. Do it. Go get in the Discord. Quickly, go do it. Quickly, go do it. People are going to be talking there during the game. Quick, do it. Go. I'll see you guys tomorrow.